Oke, perkenalkan nama saya Ahmad Alvarez Sherwin. Di sini saya akan mempresentasikan atau memaparkan dalam berbahasa Inggris terkait materi dari mata kuliah perumahan permukiman. Jadi materi saya itu New City Pattern. The city planners have designed a metropolis that exhibit an highly articulate environmental basis. The present condition they experience of wartime growth and post-war hope are uppermost in their minds. The author has had close contact with federal government's building program and are very familiar with the metropolitan areas of Washington and Baltimore. Most relevant is place of master plans from the United States and from abroad. Sanders and Rabach have a special affinity for the advocates for density control. Economic justification are sought for the proposal. Secondary consideration is given to other matters, such as a legal institution. The book appears to have been written as a stimulus for post-war urban redevelopment and as an economic justification for the bold measure deemed necessary. It intended for a fairly broad readership. Proposal summary medium and low intensity development sector radiate from the city center consisting of a business core and surrounding high density residential neighborhoods. There is an interpretation of open land at all scales, commercial and public facilities and distribute in the hierarchical pattern control of form growth and density appear to be the main recurring themes. Content analysis assumption. It assumed there is a need to control blight and high density living as they are responsible for the social and economic disintegration of our urban areas and their inhabitants as well. This control, it is believed in largely a matter of recognizing land as and rebuilding at lower densities. New living conditions must occur in physical environment. New urban pattern. The good life is most likely to be found in relative isolated environment that resemble small towns. They will encourage development of more cohesive and less mobile communities. The author states that this will indeed be the environment most desired by the majority of people. B. From the city center consists of a commercial core with some high density residential areas. Half a dozen essential smaller spoken radiates from the center. Each resembles in some respect a linear city with a somewhat higher intensity of activities near the center. Neighborhood unit dominate the pattern of residential areas. The sector is spread by strips of open land that also accommodate institutions, some recreation areas and circulation facilities. The boundaries of metropolitan development are clearly indicated by the main transportation belts, along which heavy industrial runs. C. Circulation. Ring and radial pattern at the city level given shape to the rectangular environment. This limited access highways carry the bulk of the vehicular traffic. The east end emphasis on freedom from the traffic widen the environment, but as consequent major facilities of heroic proportion are required and at the periphery. D. Population. Population level depends of neighborhood density standard plus consideration of average walking distance to school and factors. In school operation neighborhood with 3,000 to 10,000 people are considered. There is no specific size standard explicit set for aggregate in the millions. E. Density. The optimum urban density is said to be less than 30 families per acre of net housing, but the range can include housing from the 5 to 60 per acre. Observation of existing housing density both in the United States and abroad led to the conclusion, in the interest of the democracy, a variety of housing types in stock for each neighborhood. If we future growth and consideration, I'll talk the text speaks of the neighborhood by neighborhood, the replacement of the all with the new consideration seems to be given to change a smaller scale. No talk is given to continue growth or internal change. One size the shape of the models is required. A talk the green which might be used land reserved for institution and other special purpose. One consequence for the plan is the city with the course of circulation irregularly fixed in the size unless density change in residential areas or an excursion into the green which occurs. Neither of these contingencies will they suit the others on opportunity. No overpopulation figured a criteria for determining optimal size of presented. Justification for low density and their desirability of the neighborhood itself are given ex cathedra and with little justification beyond comparison with today poor. The size of neighborhood is also left somewhat up in the art. The authors acknowledge the given more than school the population of neighborhood can very well a higher density neighborhood, but the authors do not seem to acknowledge the in the doing so they have eliminated the only measurable criterion they use to the limit unit size. It also seems the authors undermade the effort involved in obtaining open space so close to the heart of the city and the potential power of metropolitan growth. This proposal quite consistent with many others proposals that may not have the scope of this overall plan. On the other hand, in some respect, in almost surface ISI planning, Sanders and Rabot present a convincing or argument which they claim cities can not only successfully wipe, wipe out their black areas but actually gain a subtension. Demikianlah pemaparan saya terkait materi saya yang saya bahasakan dalam bahasa Inggris. Lebih dan kurangnya mohon dimaafkan. Saya akhiri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.